terrible about the flashcards.
Well, thank you so much. We're so excited to be here, and we really appreciate this honor. My name, as she mentioned, is Amy Winder-Newton. I serve as the Vice Chair of the Salt Lake County Council, and as my role on the County Council, I'm also the appointee to the Jordan River Commission to represent the county. And it's been a pleasure to serve, and this year to serve as chair. And so, on behalf of our commission, I want to thank you for this recognition. I thought it would be helpful to give you a little bit of background on our commission. As she mentioned, the commission began in 2010, but prior to that, Envision Utah had done a document called the Blueprint Jordan River in 2008. This document was a master plan of sorts for the Jordan River, and at the time, the late Salt Lake County Councilman, who was also my predecessor, David Wild, championed this idea of a commission where different stakeholders could get together and do things on behalf of this great asset that we have in our state. So in 2010, the founding fathers, Chris McCandless, Jenny Wilson, and Corey Rushton, began being involved in putting together this commission. And so as we have right now, 13 cities, 3 counties, 2 state agencies, 2 special districts, and over 9 non-governmental community partners on our commission to help look at ways that we can improve the Jordan River. We were lucky enough 6 months after the Jordan River Commission began to be able to hire an executive director, Laura Hansen. And one of the great things about Laura is she took this job, and there was no template, there was no job description, there was no money at the time. And poor Laura had to figure out, what does this commission look like, and where do we go from here? And so we attribute a lot of our success as a commission to Laura and her leadership. And so I'd like to turn the time over to her in a second to say a few words. I also want to point out how great it is in Utah that we're able to work together and bring stakeholders to the table. You know, Utah's famous for this, and we've got it with some of our transportation entities that we work with. It's great to bring together different stakeholders and work on projects for the betterment of the community. And so we're really grateful that we're able to do that. So I'll turn the time over to Laura. Thanks.
Thank you so much to Amy for her great leadership. You know, this was an interesting opportunity for us to reflect back on where we started and how far we've come, and I'm so honored for the commission to receive this great recognition. We really appreciate it. You know, as Amy mentioned, when we started, we had no money, we had no regulatory authority, a healthy skepticism of what a regional governmental agency might look like, and are they going to tell us what to do in our local government? And it's been a fun challenge, and we have been able to accomplish so much since then. We've helped secure about $17 million in investments in the Jordan River corridor since we started, which has been great. And you know, the very best idea out there in the world could not get any traction if it didn't have great supporters. And our board has been so incredibly helpful. They make me look really, really good. You know, I am constantly amazed every time we get together that we have all of these cities and counties that compete with one another on so many different things. We have state regulators and the people who are being regulated by them. And they all get together in these meetings and are able to set all of that aside and say, hey, you know what, we have this great natural resource that has the ability to create such a nice addition to the quality of life in our region. And somehow they are able to set all of that aside and talk about what's best for the river corridor and how we can collaborate and work together. And I'm very, very appreciative of all that they do and how far we've gotten with their support. So thank you all so much for all your support. I also want to acknowledge Lenise Davenport as well, who served as a member of our technical advisory committee since we began. And that's a group that advises the board. We have 40 different technical experts ranging from civil engineering to landscape architecture to planners, and they all get together and provide a great resource to our local governments and our boards. So we're appreciative of her as well. So, thank you.